Ayubowan, Vanakkam. I'm Vayoni Dimel. This is Boston Lanka News, bringing you news, views and entertainment from Boston and USA. Diplomatic relations between Sri Lanka and Canada dates back many decades. Both countries are founding members of the Commonwealth. Canada has been a long-standing development cooperation partner with Sri Lanka dating back to the 1950s. Canada provided financial and technical assistance to complete the construction of the Colombo International Airport, and as a result, the road to the airport was named as Canada-Sri Lanka Friendship Road. Yet, since recently, Canada-Sri Lanka relations has been strained. At least appear to be some tensions between two governments. Canada has been a strong voice in advocating of human rights and calling for accountability for the actions of the Sri Lankan armed forces in the last stages of the war against the liberation tigers of Tamil Eelam. We spoke to Sri Lankan High Commissioner in Canada, High Commissioner Chitranganee Wagiswara. High Commissioner, in a statement, you have said that Canadian government is trying to strengthen the evil forces through its threat to boycott the upcoming Commonwealth Summit in Colombo. Could you please elaborate on that?
Well, what I was trying to say is, this is going back to the issue of terrorism. Terrorism is evil wherever it happens, whether it happens in Boston or Sri Lanka or London or wherever. Terrorism is evil. And though we defeated terrorism in 2009, what we have to understand is some of the separatist terrorist forces are still active outside the country. And there are groups, there are associations, there are some of the leaders who helped the Tamil Tigers, the LTTE, over the years, and that's why the war went on for nearly 30 years. So these forces are still active in many countries, including in Canada, and that has been conveyed to the Canadian government, if I'm talking about Canada, and also all the other, in many other countries as well. That message has gone through. And that is why we are facing these challenges, because though the leaders are not active, or the leaders were eliminated in Sri Lanka, some of the other leaders who helped the movement are continuing with their separatist agenda, and that we could see as evil. And of course, still continuing with their propaganda, misinformation, disinformation, and lobbying efforts, and all those activities, because their money is intact, their network is intact, and that is the challenge that we have to face after 2009.
You have said in that statement that Sri Lanka needed support after facing separatist terrorism for nearly 3 decades and with ongoing post-conflict challenges. So, are you in the view that Sri Lanka is not getting that support from the Canadian government?
No, definitely not. I don't mean that. What the statement indicates is that we need more than even the physical support. We need the understanding and assistance from Canada as well as other countries as well to go on with our work, post-conflict, post-war activities that we have initiated and which are still ongoing. Some projects have been completed, but we need the support and the understanding of the outside world. with Canada, let me say that we have good relations. We have been. Canada was in fact one of the first countries that we established diplomatic relations. I think we have had diplomatic relations for over 60 years. And of course, coming to the present times, we have a Canada-Sri Lanka Parliamentary Friendship Group, which was reconstituted just a couple of months ago. Canada has been sending many delegations to Sri Lanka. In fact, last year, 3 delegations went to Sri Lanka, delegations comprising members of parliament and senators, visited Sri Lanka. They visited the north, they visited the south, they met ministers, the foreign minister, some met, I think, the Secretary of Defense, and also in the north, the army and the military, and also the civil society. So they had many meetings and they saw what is going on, especially in the north and east. The development work that is going on, and even they also met the opposition and also the TNA. So they have a general overview of the current situation in Sri Lanka. Then even the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association meeting that we hosted last year in September, Canada sent a large delegation of nearly 40 members. Then there is also an ongoing bilingual program which was initiated by Canada. They have allocated, I think, a little over 5 million, nearly 6 million Canadian dollars, where they are helping us with this, with the reconciliation issue that is really focusing on bilingual issues. Program and training. There are some officers who are located, who are attached to the Canadian High Commission in Colombo, and some are working with the Ministry of National Integration. The Minister Vasudeva Nanakkara was also in Canada over 1 year ago, and he met with the officials here. Then the Commissioner General for bilingual official languages, Commissioner General, is also due to visit Sri Lanka, I think, in another week or two. So we maintain those relations with Canada, and I don't say that we have any, but we have any strong issues. But what we keep on telling the Canadian, the politicians, the members of parliament, the senators, the officials, is to of course to visit Sri Lanka. We want more people, more officials and politicians to visit Sri Lanka and to see for themselves what is going on in the country, and that is the issue that we try to. In my press statement also, that is what the message that we try to convey to Canada in this particular moment. Yeah.
Now, High Commissioner, with statements and counter-statements from the Canadian government and the Sri Lankan government, do you think there is a threat to the friendly relations the Sri Lanka and Canada have enjoyed for a long time?
No, the thing is, we are a sovereign country, and so is Canada. So each country can take their own decisions. But now we are hosting the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, as you know, in November. And we want all countries to participate at the highest level, including Canada. Of course, Canada has still not specifically said whether they are participating or at what level. But as I said, we invite all 54 member countries, and we are going ahead with all the arrangements. And in fact, we are also, together with the Heads of Government meeting, Commonwealth meeting, we are also hosting the Commonwealth Business Forum where we expect large numbers of business leaders, investors, importers, exporters, those in the business circle to attend the business forum, which is also to be held in Colombo just before the heads of government meeting. Then we will also be hosting a Commonwealth Youth Forum, which is to be held in Hambantota, as well as a Commonwealth People's Forum to be held in Damulda. So we are very enthusiastic, and we are very focusing on the arrangements to host a good meeting, because we see this as an opportunity to also showcase Sri Lanka and to show to the world how we are moving, especially after 2009, and what we envisage for the future of our country and the citizens. So that is, I think, the message that we would like to convey at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, because this is the first time that we are hosting the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Sri Lanka.
That was Canadian High Commissioner Chitranganee Wagiswara. A spokesman for Foreign Affairs Minister John Baird said the government has always promoted the principles of freedom, democracy, human rights, and the rule of law in Sri Lanka. Canada will continue to monitor events in Sri Lanka and do what we can to try to increase pressure on the government of Sri Lanka to make changes, said the spokesperson. That concludes our news edition. We meet you again with another news edition of News, Views and Entertainment from Boston and USA. Till then, goodbye.